Kukagami Lake. We did it. It took us 5 hours, I think, to drive in.
Yep.
There's a lot of boats on this lake. We got Nunu with us. We're about 2 kilometers into our 7-kilometer paddle. The weather seems to be fine. It's overcast right now, but we drove through a bunch of rain, and we haven't seen rain since we've been here, and I don't think it's supposed to rain for the rest of the day, or if it is, I think it's like later this evening, overnight, which is fine because we should be able to get to camp, set up tarp, set up tent, get comfortable, have a fire, and then get into the tent once it starts raining. But yeah, this is Nunu's first camping trip. We brought some new toys out on this trip because we learned a few lessons from last year's trip. And so I got this Garmin Fenix 5 Plus that we're tracking, and I have the course all plotted out on as well, so we can navigate with it. I also have Gaia maps now on my phone, which I've plotted out our route on. Also, we got the Zoleo, which is a satellite communicator. It's got an SOS button on it, so if anything goes wrong, Nunu's eye swells up, we just SOS helicopter our way out of here, because that's what we're going to use it for. No, we wouldn't do that, but it just gives us the peace of mind that if we get into a sticky situation, we can just SOS out. The satellite communicator as well, we can check in with our family at home so they know we're safe. And they get our GPS coordinates when we hit that check-in button. And we can also text with it. We just got the basic plan. We don't plan on texting very much while we're out here, but it's nice to have the ability to. Have a little lunch break here with Nature Dog.
If I pass out, it'll be caught on camera at least.
Yeah, we get to use the Zoleo and SOS helicopter our way out of here because you pass out blowing up an air mat.
A dignified emergency. Well earned.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers. We made it.
It's going to be a lot lighter tomorrow because we brought 7 of these.
Too many.
And the calzones. But it's a good thing we didn't have any portaging to do today. And Nunu is finally comfortable. This is Nunu's first camping trip.
She is a bulldog, so not shocking if she hasn't been outdoors.
Hence the million precautions we took when planning this trip.
Yeah, a lot of thought went into her.
Yeah, it was her first time in a canoe today as well, which she did very good.
She did great.
She seemed stressed right off the top, but quickly just kind of laid down and slept in the canoe. And once we got out and back into the canoe,
I think she kind of treated it like a car ride.
Yeah.
Like car ride, windows down, wind in the hair.
Yeah.
I think she liked it the second time. She was like, "Oh yeah, this is fun. We'll see."
But
we have to take her all the way back again, so...
She's having a great time here, though.
Yeah, she's eating lots of bugs, rolling around in the pine needles, hunting ants currently.
There's a black fly that's bugging her that she's... We adopted Nunu in August of last year.
Almost been a year.
It's almost been a year. She's our pandemic puppy. She's an 8-year-old American Bully. She is a retired breeding dog. And she's just the biggest sweetheart.
She's like, the best.
Yeah.
She's the best.
We couldn't have asked for a better first dog.
Totally.
We're mostly concerned about her overheating. It's not supposed to get hotter than 24, 25 degrees.
26 is a bulldog's limit.
Yeah, but we have shaded space set up. We have a cooling vest with us. So far, so good.
She's passing with flying colors.
It took us like 5 hours to drive here. Shout out Sportsman Wilderness Lodge. Nice really people there. People. They had a golf cart and they drove our gear down to the water to help us launch. We were like the first people to rent a canoe from them and head out on this lake from their place this season. So we took off at 2:15 from Sportsman's Lodge.
South Kukagami Lake.
And then we ended up here, which is the last campsite before the Portage into Donald Lake, which is what we're going to maybe do tomorrow, try to do tomorrow. We'll see. It's a 1 kilometer portage.
Completely weather dependent.
Nunu dependent.
Yeah.
We could just chill here. This is a pretty good spot. And we could do a day trip to Donald.
Are you eating an ant?
Stop eating their ants, please. You're eating so many pine needles. So yeah, it took us around 2 hours to get from launch to here, and we stopped at another campsite to check it out and had some snacks along the way.
It was a decent campsite.
It was like 7.5 kilometers, which is less than when I mapped it out using Gaia maps. It was saying it was 7 kilometers to that campsite, which is... This is what we live with every day. That was our journey today, and that's where we are. So it's just kind of spitting, but I wanted to show off this setup. I feel like I've improved in my tarp hang abilities this year. Put in like a center hole here to give us more space so we could put our clothesline hang in the middle of it because it's raining and we still need things to dry. Shout out to Bitty Big Q. We're gonna take it for its maiden voyage tonight, cooking up our calzones. So it's this collapsible grill grate, which has adjustable legs on it. Oh, it's hot. So we prepped these last night. Little calzones. Oh God. Kind of busted open when we flipped them, but they look pretty good. Yeah, one of these is veggie because Krista's a veggie. One of them has mortadella because mortadella.
Yes.
Eating like kings out here.
And queens.
And queens. Happy Pride Month.
Oh, you just... Exactly so good. Oh my God.
For next season, we're gonna get a dehydrator, start dehydrating things, but for now we're gonna live luxuriously, need our pizza. Yeah, I mean, when you're making pizza at home in general, you gotta let it ferment. That's the key.
Yeah.
You just gotta let it sit for 12 hours at room temp, and then put it in the fridge for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then make pizza, and it's like next level. No. We used to use an AeroPress. AeroPress is great. We use AeroPress at home all the time. We're big coffee people. It's just not worth it. For the amount of weight and shit you have to bring, it's not worth it. Just buy a decent instant coffee, and this is all you have to bring. Shout out to Pilot though, because they're the best. We're not sponsored, but we would love to be sponsored by Pilot. We got up at 5:30 because Nunu was hot in the tent because she decided to get underneath the blanket and just wouldn't move, and then just got too hot, and so she started panting really loud in our faces, and we decided just to get up. But we did go to bed at like 9:30, so we got actually decent sleep. It rained all night.
A lot. So much.
Yeah.
So much rain.
Like solidly for at least 3 or 4 hours.
It was a decent first sleep with Nunu in the tent, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's the most rain we've had to deal with in the tent as well, and like it did great.
Yeah, tent held up awesome.
Krista rehydrated Nunu's food earlier.
We feed her raw, so we're not trekking out frozen raw into the wilderness. So yeah, Big Country Raw, they make a dehydrated option. Super easy so far.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna like it. She was really licking the stick that we're stirring it up with, so she's gonna be excited.
We're crazy dog people. We feed our dog raw. We buy her all of the things to bring her camping. We know.
Jeez.
We know. Comment below though. If you hate it, comment below. If you love it, thumbs up. Are you hungry?
Oh.
Are you hungry for breakfast? Is it breakfast time? Okay, let's feed you. We actually brought this soft cooler, and it fits right in the bottom of our dry bag. We froze a bunch of stuff, like for later today. I've got a steak, and Chris has got some Beyond Meat burger, and we have like things to keep cold in here, like cheese, summer sausage, and then we froze 2 Nalgene's, and this one's actually still just ice, mostly ice, so that's great. So yeah, it's kept things cool, kept things frozen still. Like some of the meat's still frozen in here, which is good because we're not eating some of it until tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna get cooking breakfast. We also picked up one of these guys. Nice.
Perfect.
So yeah, we're gonna do eggs, hash brown wraps. I have some ready crisp bacon. Let's do it. Scramble it. spider. Stay there. Canoe. It's right there. It's a bit of a climb. Our view. It's our campfire. Our bear hang is over there. Dressed ridiculously right now because we had to get into our dry clothes because the entire way here it was raining. It's weird.
Did leave when it was not raining.
Totally. We checked the forecast, which is on the Zoleo, which is from Dark Sky, which is supposed to be a reliable forecast. And we thought we had a decent window of time to make the trip, but pretty much as soon as we got across the lake, it started raining when we got to the Portage. We didn't do any recording because it's just really hard to record when it's raining like that. We double carried it. We all got to the one side, and then we actually set up a tarp so that Krista and Nunu could actually like dry off, and the thermocell as well because the mosquitoes were pretty bad.
We were very spoiled.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I went back and grabbed the canoe, and then we got here and we just wanted to set up super quick. So we set up the tarp, changed our clothes, and then set up the tent and got working on a fire, and now we are here.
On Donald Lake, P.S.
Right, right.
We are on Donald Lake, north of Kukagami Lake.
North of Kukagami.
It was actually a really nice portage.
Yeah, it was a really nice portage. Lots of blueberry patches. I didn't see any blueberries because I don't think blueberries are in season right now. I don't know. I'm not an expert on blueberries. Nunu has slept a lot of the afternoon in the tent. Yeah. She loves the tent.
Oh, she's obsessed.
It's her favorite part of camping. Although she actually, I think she likes the canoe a lot too. She jumped into the canoe.
After the portage.
To
get into the lake.
Hopped right in. She's like ready to go. And we set her up. We had this blanket down in the canoe and we put a tarp over her. So she was protected. She had a nice little den.
This place is beautiful. Really beautiful lake. We obviously haven't seen much of it because we pretty much just let's get to the closest campsite we found. But I think it's probably one of the nicest campsites. Bugs are bad.
Bugs are bad. Thermocell
bad.
is saving us for sure. Oh, so we're here for 2 days.
Oh,
this
right.
was like,
right.
The whole reason we wanted to get here is because we've heard amazing things about this lake. So we're going to explore the lake. Tomorrow and Tuesday are supposed to be beautiful, so we're looking forward to just relaxing tomorrow, exploring.
What we learned though is we can't trust weather reports.
Yeah.
So
we will see. That's true. Good point.
That's okay though. You know what?
We'll roll with the punches.
Yeah.
We cut down a standing dead hardwood tree. I think it was hardwood. Again, not an arborist, not an expert. I don't know. Might be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Steak and sidekicks tonight.
Yeah.
Nunu's camping.
This is her her favorite part of camping.
She's having her post-breakfast snooze, and we're just cooking up some little late brekkie. Krista's cooking it. Yeah, it's already like 10:30, but we had a sleep in today. We enjoyed our coffees down by the water. We found a blueberry, which concerned us because those are definitely blueberry patches all around us. But whatever, they're still not in season fully, so it'll be fine. Free and great for the last 3 years now, no problems. Welcome to Niall's Camp Kitchen. Today we're making lunch burritos. Come munch with us. The story of our trips is just like we bring way too much food. Every time we think we're like bringing not enough, and then it ends up being way too much. This time it's just the snacks. Like we didn't need any snacks at all.
Absolutely.
Just our meals are all giant. This is f***ed. How am I supposed to eat this? This is what's happened. It was way too big. And I had to palm it to keep it from blowing out the back. And I'm just eating it like fistfuls of burrito. I'm so full.
It's so uncivilized.
So this year we decided to upgrade our first aid kit as well. So this is a little bit overkill and I don't know how to use it, but so we've got some scissors that can cut through fabric. These are our pills, so we usually have Advil, Tums, Afterbite, Polysporin. This is a antiseptic solution for rinsing out wounds. Then we have some nitrite gloves in a waterproof package, and then a bunch of bandages back here. We have an EpiPen in case of allergic reactions, a tourniquet, and then some Gold Bond powder. This is just more of a comfort thing, but is also good for bug bites we found. There's also some thread and needle here in case something breaks or we have to suture ourselves up, which we would never do. Gorilla Glue, Aqua Tabs. There's a tensor bandage in here too. And then in this portion we have a lighter with some duct tape, probably about 10 or 15 feet of duct tape, tweezers, tick tornado, more bandages, smaller bandages, alcohol wipes. Yeah, and I think that's it. So just anything to cover small, it's just mostly small nicks and scrapes, that sort of thing, bug bites. But yeah, it's better to be prepared than not. wanted to show our sleeping system here. It's our last day. To start, we each have these mech camp pillows. They're inflatable. They have a little bit of foam on the inside as well. They're decent, pretty big. And then on top here we have Thermarest quilt. And then we each have these Thermarest Neo Air pads. That are linked together with this Thermarest coupler, which also has down insulation on it. The quilt actually snaps into the coupler along the sides. Lastly, we just went to the dollar store and bought these cheap foam pads that we put underneath it to give us a little bit more insulation, a little bit more padding against anything that's sharp or pointy underneath. So it works pretty well. It's very comfortable as far as camping beds go. And then this is what our whole tent sleep system packs down to. It's probably about 10 pounds, I would imagine. We just finished our portage. It's a 1 kilometer portage. We didn't get any footage of it again today. It's just portaging with Nunu. Like, the bugs really love her, and so we try to get it done as quickly as possible. We have bug spray, and they don't get her as much. Actually, they go for Krista the most.
Yeah.
And now we're just paddling Kukagami Lake again, back to the lodge. The weather is beautiful today, though. It's hot and overcast, and that's pretty ideal right now. So yeah, we'll just see you back at the car, I guess. We're on our way home. Krista's driving.
Hate it.
She hates it. Good trip.
Yeah.
Nunu did great. Weather was decent. We had to deal with rain, but whatever. We were prepared for it, so no one used the first aid kit other than Nunu for bug bites.
Yeah, the after bite.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. I would love it if you could, like, leave an angry comment. You know you've made it when people hate you.
Is it gone?